another reason why you want to take control of what you're doing.
Everything kind of funnels into the only winning move is not to play the game.
So I got to ask permission to buy the gun, and then I got to pay to ask permission to carry the motherfucker outside of my house. How about you go fuck yourself? This is a picture of my car. This is long past the rim days and the lights. They had always stopped working, but I ran up on this curb going about 40 miles an hour. It was slick, and I broke the curb and set my airbags off. If you could see, my airbags are set off. It was very nice. And then I drove it home after that, and not much longer after that, I had to bury this thing. But I had it for like fucking 13 years.
I've never seen its equal.
You never seen its equal? Yeah. Here's me whenever I had braids in my hair whenever I got out of the army. Oh, it's kind of fuzzy. It's hard
you didn't have a mullet.
No, I had braids in my fucking
hair. Look at
hair.
you.
Very fancy.
Right, dude. What's up with the braids, man? Cultural
appropriation.
I was appropriating every culture. This is when I was 22. This is fucking 2009.
You're all young and optimistic. And
2009, he was 22, Bruce.
You had your whole life in front of you.
Yeah, in 2009, I was 22.
So to go back what we were talking about earlier with this right here.
Hold on, let me get you on solo here.
Little Miss Muffin had a tuffin.
Jesus Christ.
And dude was huffing puffing.
My muffin is moist and tasty and yeast free.
Okay. Good. So I had this on display at the car show, and this family of 4 walk up, and the 2 kids, probably 9 and 7, were looking at it, and they were laughing. They thought it was funny. And the mom is sitting in the background, and all of a sudden I see her go, and I'm like, you just got it, didn't you? She's like, yeah, I did. And I start laughing. And she's like, yeah, that's funny. I'm like, yeah, because my kids don't get it either, but she thought it was freaking hilarious. And then the one lady who told me that she was Jewish, it took her forever to understand this one, but she finally got it. And she thought it was freaking hilarious too. And she's like, where did you get that idea from? I said, Saturday Night Live with Betty White.
Betty White,
yeah.
The most purest white lady in the whole freaking universe.
She should be called Betty White Privilege.
And you know what? Every single time that there's a shooting going on, they always mention her name, Betty White.
Jesus Christ.
Took me a second on that one as well, too.
Oh. There's our cut for the new intro.
There you go.
I'll have to snap that down on the time frame there.
No, I recorded better ones for you guys.
That one was pretty damn good.
Of me screwing up.
That one was pretty damn good. I'll have to say. But I'll have to get on my my Black Magic and get that all spliced up together. What is that? What is that program I use?
It'd be the Brown Magic with you.
The Brown Magic, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, the Brown Magic.
Let me know that. Da Vinci. I have to get on Da Vinci.
See, Bruce is our person of color that's on the panel here tonight. The rest of us Midwestern and white motherfuckers are.
Well, I'm gonna get some reparations from you. I'm gonna get reparations from all you assholes.
You're already in California. That's old Mexico.
That's right, baby. New York, gonna get some reparations in New York, gonna get some Obama money, baby.
I identify as 137th African American, so
I'm about as much African American as Elizabeth Warren is Indian.
I could be black by injection, I guess.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's pretty much about as much black as I am is by injection.
I think I need to probably get tested because I think I'm gonna have a decent amount of African American in me because on my mom's side.
Can you dance?
No, not that much. But I saw.
Was that in the army where you got all that African American?
Yeah, that's exactly where I got all of it in me. You're correct, Bruce. That's exactly where I got it.
He had his fill.
Yeah, completely filled. And but no, because on my mom's side, one of her like her grandma or great grandma or something like that. It was not too far back. Their last name was Redbone, which used to be like a derogatory thing. Now it's a positive thing, right? And so,
Redbone, that was a good band.
What?
Redbone was a good band.
Yeah, Redbone.
Never heard about that. But fantastic. No, back in the 1800s and stuff like that, when a Native American mated with an African American, they would call them Redbone. And you had to change their name as well too. Like their name would forever be that. and it's in my family history. So I'm like, oh shit, I probably got like 125th or something like that.
That's why there's so many McGee's out there
Mm-hmm.
that are
Yeah,
of color.
That's
from
right.
the Irish coming over and banging all the Mexicans.
There you
Irish
go.
did whatever the fuck we want. That's what the Irish did.
Harkos, I'm pretty sure that you've heard Redbone before.
Hey,
No. I saw the
what's
monkey.
the
I saw
matter
the.
with your head?
Oh, that's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's Redbone.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen Guardians of the
Come
Galaxy.
and
I've heard
get
that song.
your love.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
even got that. What is that? The new Exhibit commercial, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking of Leon Redbone, and that's a
Yeah,
whole
I was
different
thinking of
dude.
Leon Redbone too.
I was thinking
That's
of the band Redbone because it's all Native Americans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, they were all Native American. All of them were.
Technically, to be a Redbone, they would have to be Native American and African mixed.
No,
Well,
they
they got
were all.
Redbone
These guys
too.
were all Native Americans. All of them were. It
Oh,
was 100% Native American band.
so they were just Redskin, not Redbone.
Yes, but they went by Redbone. I don't know why, but they.
They were the feather kind, not the red dot. So.
Yeah.
Feather nut ash. Very good. Very good.
Casino,
Now that we
not
got
convenience.
kicked off- now that we're kicked off
Casino, not
YouTube.
convenience. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Casino, not convenience. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's okay though.
It took
Man.
a second, but there it landed. It landed, and I have laughed. Light dawns on Marblehead.
So, did anybody get back to you about coming on, except for
I
Aaron?
thought that Dana and Bill would come back and because she asked me what time and then she gave me a thumbs up, but I didn't see them come in today.
Oh,
They
you know
probably-
what thumbs up mean, right? Thumbs up means this.
They
That's
probably
probably
mean
it.
they probably do the same thing when we get the emails. They're like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, well,
Swipe.
I didn't see the email.
side eye.
I just
Sorry.
swipe it away.
and then Amy got married today.
Oh shit!
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Amy Nichols
Amy
got married
so
to Rico.
congratulations, Amy
She did?
Nichols.
Yep,
Oh
Amy and
shit! I missed it.
Rico.
the motherfucker that
Congratulations.
deadlifts like 800 pounds.
Damn.
I mean, I think like actually 800 pounds, somewhere in there. I mean, I watched him. He was like 600, 650, 7.
Jason's like,
725.
damn, that's what I do for breakfast.
Yeah,
I wish.
Fucking Viking ass motherfucker over there, making Ken look like a hobbit in that picture.
Oh, dude, you should have seen him when they were fucking. We're walking around. I felt like I had guards. I want to get Aaron
Yeah,
up here
but then
too.
that
I gotta do whatever.
that-
I'm gonna be mouthy as fuck. No one's gonna
That-
say
that
shit. And
picture,
you're like
though-
6'2" too, so I'm like at the 3-4 you fuckers up here. I'm gonna be the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the world. Like, these
Well,
motherfuckers
yeah.
back me up.
That of my grip strength. I mean, I've got really high grip strength, and what you were saying, Harkos, in the private chat. Yeah, that's pretty much accurate.
Yeah.
It-
Your grip
it
straight's so
screams.
high you make your dick scream when you grab it. Yeah.
Yep, it screams bloody murder. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
We
like
heard about your grip. I heard enough about your
that
grip.
picture was hilarious too because your face looked like, yeah, I got tism. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with his face?
I know.
It was
I
hilarious.
was looking at someone else doing something. I don't know what it
yeah,
was.
but yeah, looking at his face like
It was that hip hop.
Well,
So the hip hop band was playing. You'll love this, Harko. So I was watching. This is like the whitest of whiteness, white place that on in Minnesota you can be is on 50th and France and Edina.
Yep.
Wouldn't
it
you
is.
agree? I mean, this is like
Yes.
the highest and the most expensive street in the whole state, and very, very white. And here's this hip hop band playing way too loud. They actually were good. I'm not a hip hop guy. I don't like the music, but I listened to them like, holy shit, these two. I mean, they were harmonizing while they were. I mean, they were really good and tight together. They had their show down. It was just everyone else that played was like on number 8 and they were on 11. So it
what
was.
were they
it was
called again?
Sis and Bro.
Sis and Little Bro.
Sis and Little Bro. Yeah.
Bro.
And
Yeah,
so they
I
were
think
good,
brother
but
and sister.
but it's the wrong crowd to be playing that to. And it was funny because I'd watch people, they'd walk down to where we were and the music would start to blare and they'd just turn around and
They would
there was a
walk
whole
back.
bunch of people when they started playing. As soon as they started playing, when they went on, they all cleared out. And the only people there were the people that they brought with them, their posse, for a half an hour, 40 minutes while they were playing. That was in Josh was down
Josh,
there,
yeah.
in the
Josh was
microphone.
totally
Check
in.
this out and stuff. He was all into it. I mean, they really were good, but it was just the wrong crowd. It'd be like going to the inner city and, I don't know, playing like the Carpenters or some shit. It was just you don't play. If you've seen Spinal Tap, you don't play. Are we gonna do? What was the song? Are we gonna do that? No, you're not gonna play a jazz progression thing in front of a festival crowd. The fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying last episode, I'm not too much into hip hop either, but they were good. They were very, talented, and
they definitely were.
The speed that they had. What was that?
I'm sorry. I'm listening to Sis and Little Bro, and she's fucking smoking, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, and the speed that they had for rapping was just it was just
unreal. I mean, I'd never seen it live as good as it was, and I still didn't like it. But I don't like symphony music either, and they're amazing. You go to a symphony orchestra, I'll fall right asleep. I don't care. I don't whatever. The little Asian ladies playing the viola are amazing. I don't care. And that's the way I am with hip hop. I'm like, wow, that's really, really, you're really talented. Very good job. And I don't care to listen to you ever again.
I'm kind of the same way. Yeah,
I'm an honest person. I'm not saying you're not talented.
Say, hey, you guys, I know somebody who could help you out with your marketing.
I tried to, and you know what they did?
They were rapping too loud.
No, they had the rap attitude, and this is what I fucking hate about hip hop. They get their fucking attitude. It's like, oh, here's this white guy coming over. I'm like, I tried to talk to 3 of the guys there about you, and they didn't. They fucking. I mean, I'm 2 cents down.
I can see Ken doing the walk. Yeah. I can see Ken doing the rap walk for some reason.
No, I come down there and I'm full in my tiki regalia and stuff like that, and I put on the fucking show.
Tiki socks.
And I'm there, and they're like, they just wouldn't even talk to me. I'm like, oh, go fuck yourselves then. You're not coming back next year. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, that's
me and Josh are the board for that show. That got
maybe you don't know who I am.
Yeah, and I don't ever pull that card. I'm just like, all right, you know what? Fuck off. I'm trying to help you.
See, the thing is that that's where a lot of artists fail.
Yes,
because when they go do a show, they don't
network.
They don't do the after part.
Yeah, you have to do that,
which is where you got to press the flesh and fucking shake hands and say hey and fucking be friendly and shit. They think, oh, I just came and I did my thing. Yeah, you did your thing, and now you're gonna make an ass out of yourself afterwards.
Exactly.
Like, good luck. Good job,
dude. I was in a band for years. I understand how that all works, and so I'm like, I was extra offended by the bullshit. I'm just like, you know what, you guys, I'm happy to book you again or do something, or really, I wanted to get them in your hands, and literally wouldn't even give me the time of day. And the guy before them that played was this guy as Rasta as you can imagine, and he played the steel drums, and he had like a back. He didn't have a band behind him, but he had like some pre-recorded shit that he was playing, as background, and he was playing the steel drum. Absolute virtuoso on the motherfucker. I mean, this guy was unbelievably good.
That is horrible.
So
awesome.
To go off what Ken was saying, I thought they were playing recording until I walked up there and saw he was playing live. The guy was like Rastafarian as fuck, but he was fucking good.
God damn, he was good.
I think I got a small video of him. I'll send you guys.
And do you know what that guy did? He'd talk to me.
Oh, nice.
He was happy to talk to everybody because he understood it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He was talking. He was talking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that. You're an under artist, man. You have no cred anywhere. I mean, I've never heard of these people before, and then you just blow everybody off, dude. That's terrible freaking market.
And they had a tent, so we had a tent set up for the musicians. They could put their merch or whatever right next to the stage, of course. And they came with the big signs, and they had people, and it was just
the beamer.
There's a stereotype for hip hop artists that they have this attitude and stuff like that, and it's just fucking stupid. And I know that it's what the attitude is and stuff like that, but I'm like, if you're growing, you're trying to grow, you can have the attitude on stage. That's where people want to see it. When you're off stage, you got to be personable. When they were on stage, they were singing about, their message that they were saying, they were really they weren't like gangster rap or nothing. These guys were singing about unity and keep your family together. And everything they were saying was just really super positive. And then it all goes away when you don't talk to the people. when you're off. You walk off stage and you're just like,
I ran across that when I was in the ministry. We had the same thing going on. You'd have the Christian
Ministry's the same,
Christian bands coming through and stuff like that, and they were all talking about unity and peace and love and God and all
They
this
get
other
off,
stuff,
they don't
you
want
know
to
what?
talk. Yeah.
But man,
Yeah.
when it came right down to it, and after the show, dude, they just didn't want to talk to you. They were in their freaking little world. They had their little clique around them and stuff like that. It was, yeah.
And these
It's
guys
just-
did that.
it's
They
just
brought a
a plan.
posse of about 10 people,
Yeah.
and that's who was watching them.
And they
And-
they sell 10 freaking CDs to
Yeah.
their posse. Freaking.
I don't think these guys sold anything. I just
I don't
there
think they
was
sold
nobody
anything
down.
either. But
And they had and the people that, you know, once in a while you had some of the little kids would go over and dance and stuff, but little kids would go over and dance to anything.
Yeah.
And they had their group in front, and their group was really they're supportive of the singers, of course, but the performers, but they were alienating everyone around them. And if I'm like, I've done this in the band too, and I'm playing somewhere new and we have our groupies that come, I'm like, listen, everyone else around here doesn't know us. You need to be cool. You know, and it's like invite these people in and be cool with the if you really want to help us, you want to support the band, the group, support the people that are wanting to watch and have a good time about it, answer questions, you know, talk about us, whatever, you know. I would talk like that to the groupies, and because to people following around, and there was none of that. It was all just attitude. And meanwhile, they're singing about love, peace, great family, and everything. I mean, their message was fantastic, but
It's because their ego gets so ahead of them. And they're like, I just got booked for a show. I'm the shit. It's like, no, you ain't shit. Like, you don't understand.
Dude, they were playing in a diner in a place that they never shut down ever. There's 2 things that ever happened to shut down this street, and this is one of the shows. And they were one of the 3. There's 3 acts that played.
We're talking Edina.
Yeah,
Edina,
Edina.
yes.
yeah.
Edina what? I don't even know
Edina
what
stands
Edina
for
is.
every day need attention.
Yeah, nobody even knows about Edina, right? Except for the people that live around there.
Right, but they were local.
But that's that. And see, that's the thing too, is that God, it's so fucking annoying, man, because people like they do that with their online presence too.
Yeah.
Then they're like, well, I'm not out here trying to make friends. It's like, no, you're trying to make fans.
Yeah.
And people have to like you to be fanatical about
you. Are trying to make friends, so shut the fuck up, because that's exactly what you're trying to do.
You want these people to voluntarily give you money in the form of donations and sales and fucking tickets, and then also spread the word about you. Like, that's the biggest fucking thing right there. And you're trying to turn strangers into fans and bring them in as a family, right? That's one thing that fucking ICP did better than anybody I've ever fucking seen in my life. ICP, you know what I'm saying? Like, they called all their fucking their juggalos, their fan, they were all juggalo family. And they call everybody family, everything like that, right? And at the concerts, and like I met fucking ICP like 3 times. Like, just random shit. Like, they would be at concerts, and they would go. Like, I remember one time we were leaving like this thing where they were supposed to be. They got kicked out of there by the establishment or whatever, and we had heard they were down at this hotel down the road. And so we went down to the hotel down the road, and they were there in their fucking tour bus. And so they came out and they hung out with us for like 15 minutes. Yeah, and my dad went to the. Yeah, and my dad has went to the gathering, because they have like a one every year they had like this big festival, like a 4-day fucking festival called the
How long ago was that?
So whenever I went, that I was like fucking 8. You're talking about like 2005. Whenever I saw them do that.
So my point is,
they still do that today.
My point is, look how passionate you are about it. This
it's
many
cool.
years
Yeah,
later.
exactly. Yeah, and my dad has went to their gathering like 10 years in a row. And he sees them all the time at the shows, at the gathering. They have fucking tents where you do meet and greets with all the people that are there or whatever. And if the person's an asshole, nobody goes, right? But ICP always fucking hangs out, and like at night they'll be going around to all the campsites and shit like that, just hanging out with people or whatever. Like that's how you build.
That's how you build
a community
groundswell
around you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how you build it, and that's how you build to where people will fucking do anything for you.
Yeah, that's a good question. In your realm, have you been noticed? Because I was surprised in the last probably month, just walking around town, I've been noticed 3 times. because of some of the places that I post at and things like that. Mostly for the homesteading stuff, but they're all just like, "Hey, you're that guy that you sent me a link, and I saw your stuff, and I'm really interested in what and it was really cool. I mean, I was kind of thrown back for a minute, but I stopped right there and said, "What do you want to know?" I mean, I was there. Hey, what's
YouTube,
your name?
man.
It was fucking cool. I mean, it wasn't cool because of the fame thing. It was just cool because somebody fucking noticed, man. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
And it's funny how when you're not trying to do that, how it happens. I've got, the company where I work that we started. I'm the only one that was an idiot enough to stand in front of the camera. So I've got, I don't know, a couple hundred videos out there with literally millions of views. And so I go to these motorcycle events now, and it's my first time getting fangirled. And it was a company that used to be kind of a competitor of ours, but they kind of got out of our genre and they're moving into more like UTV, ATV stuff out of motorcycles, which is smart for them. And the two owners of the company come over and talk to me. We were right next to him at this show that we were just at. And he's like, "My God, you do these videos and you're so good." And I'm like, "I'm fucking not good because I'm not, but I'm better than I was." Just like we all talk about Jason Stapleton. He goes, "Watch my shit from 2008, man. It was shitty."
Yeah.
And I'm like, after doing,
check out episode 1 of Hip Hop Hour.
I know it's garbage. and it's like mine was the same way. It's like it's just everyone's a little bit better, and they're like, "Well, how do you do it?" And so I brought him over. I'm like, "I'm gonna give you a few pointers on what you're doing. I've watched some of your videos." I said, "First of all, your sound sucks. Buy a set of microphones. Buy these exact set of microphones. This is what I use in all of ours, and our sound is always perfect." And he's like, "Oh, that's good." I'm like, "It's $300. They'll last for a long time. Just do it." And he's like, "Oh, that's great." And I had other like dealers and stuff coming up, and they're coming up. "Oh," he's like, those videos you do showing people how to, the features and benefits and the installation videos are so helpful. How do you guys put that together?" And I'm like, because honestly, we go, "All right, I'm going to show you how to install this today. We're going to shoot that. So let's get that bike up on the lift, and I need a couple of parts." And there's no production. I just do it. But I know what I'm doing. I know how to talk about it, and that it makes a huge difference. And
that's the key right there is knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't need a script. So it never seems scripted. It seems natural because it is. I'm like,
every video I've ever seen of you just looks like so natural and so freaking.
And I drop shit, and I'm like, well, so if you're doing this and this happens like I just did, then that's fucked up. So you got to do it this way, And we do stuff like that in the video, so it just works. But I've never really thought about it. It was just someone had to do these videos, so it was me. Well, now I've got hundreds of them out there, and we're like, anywhere I go that's motorcycle related, someone's always coming up to me saying, "Oh man, this video really helped me. I was in my garage, couldn't figure out." And it's like, well, that feels good. It feels good to know that, hey, this bullshit that I'm doing is actually helping somebody. I want it to help somebody, and it is.
Let's help people because since we're on the subject of freaking videos and podcasting and the content and stuff, it's like I'm not really nervous about the next live stream that we do, but it's going to be my guest is going to be here in the studio, in my studio.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about that.
Dual mic, huh?
I'm nervous about it. You can't get one fucking mic going good. Are you going to be able to see him with your background, or is it going to be like the bottle you tried to show me earlier?
We'll probably be doing a living room setting. So I'm pretty
one
sure
of us is an asshole
and doing that. But we'll probably be using the GoPro mics on that one, and we'll see how it goes. But
the GoPro mics, the wireless Go mics,
the wireless.
Okay, boomer. So those will work really good. Just clip them on and I recommend do a little recording first.
Yeah.
And to get your levels right, so you know that they're good.
Right.
And then you just have to forget they're there.
Right. So I'm not too concerned about it, but yeah, we'll definitely be in the living room, and it's going to be a better backdrop and stuff like that, and then it'll be more comfortable with me sitting chair to chair or something like that, with him. And
you need someone in a French maid outfit bringing hors d'oeuvres.
Probably my wife. Or his wife,
Bruce.
Or his wife.
I was with Jason. I was hoping you.
Maybe.
Well, I can do that too, but I ain't going to California.
We'll rent somebody.
Oh, fuck! You know what? We'll fly you out there if you'll do
Nope.
that, Jason.
I ain't flying
There's
nowhere.
no way we're missing that.
We'll pay her to leave.
You're not flying? Not
No,
a flyer,
I
huh?
don't fly. No, I do not fly anymore.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
That makes me sad. Why don't you fly?
Because
Flying
I let
is
it
the
drop.
worst.
Because you can't take
Flying
your
is the
shoes
worst.
off anymore. Because you can't take your shoes off anymore.
Well, flying
Well, it's
sucks.
not that.
Like in
Yeah,
plane
flying
trains.
is
and
the worst.
automobiles.
Okay.
going to
Here's a
California.
problem. Here's a problem with flying is that I don't want someone else's hand up my ass for going through the TSA. Because remember, it's not gay if it's a TSA.
Always say you're
Right.
gay and they give you a girl and do it. Always
Shit.
say that you're gay and then the girl does it.
Dude,
And then
flying is a
when she's
fucking
done and
joke.
when she's done and lets you through, you just say, you know what, I think you just switched me back.
It's a fucking joke, man. I don't fly either, man. Like it's
I'd rather drive.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, well, like you drive and you can actually do whatever you want. And the thing with me too is like, you know, me being hyper paranoid, if I'm driving, I'm in control. Right? If you're flying, you're putting your life in somebody else's hand. If they fuck
You're doing
up,
that on the road too. You're doing that on the road just as much as you're doing.
Not
in the
as
air.
much.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
yeah, but guess what? If something's going wrong, I can try to control it. If you're in a fucking plane, what are you gonna? If something's going wrong, what are you gonna do? Just hold on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like, if
something
you're
goes wrong on the
driving,
road,
you can fucking swerve. You can.
I
hit
mean,
your
no,
brakes,
don't
you
get
can
me
hit your
wrong.
whatever.
I hate flying because I hate everything that you guys are talking about. I hate the TSA. I hate the bullshit. I hate all because I remember what flying used to be like. It used to be awesome. However, if I need to, well, I'm flying down to Arizona to see my mom for 4 days. I got 4 days I can go. That would take 2.5 days to get down, 2.5 days to get back.
Yeah,
I would never see my mom. So I'm going to fucking fly. And so sometimes you have to fly. You get in a position where you've got to fly places. End of story. You just have to at some level.
Yeah. That kind of thing makes sense. But
you know, like Bruce, I mean, he wouldn't have come out to see us if he had to, if he you know, if he had to drive, he wouldn't have been able to do it because it was going to be 6 days on the road. That was 6 days away from his wife, his dog, and all the rest of this stuff.
6
Wouldn't
days to
happen.
drive to
Where's
Minnesota.
the downside?
I could do it in
now that we got your
day.
attention, now that we got your attention on flying, let's check this little video out that I just picked up from that.
So since we're talking about flying, you know how many times planes crash? Only once.
Can you read this? Can you read this, guys? Can you read this, guys?
Still the safest way to move.
Can you read this guy's shirt?
it says it's not gay.
if
It's
it's
TSA.
TSA.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's check it out.
He's definitely getting frisked.
He looks
Look at the
pissed.
position. Look at the position of the stick figure.
That TSA agent looks pissed. It's like,
They're not in Minneapolis.
He's
They're not.
They have something on this back that says, "Do you like this view?"
Yeah, that's an opportunity missed for sure. They're not in Minneapolis because they're not Somalian.
he's like, ooh, I love this.
Jason doesn't fly, so he missed that whole thing.
I get it, Tim.
This TSI guy is just enjoying this shit.
Have a good one. Sorry about that.
Imagine, imagine being that TSA agent. You could work anywhere else. Anywhere else. You like if you're a TSA agent, you live in you're working in a major city, right? So you literally have thousands of other jobs you could do for equal pay.
30 feet from where he was, he could be a bartender serving up
He could work at a fucking Chick-fil-A where they charge
drinks.
$17 for a fucking small fry, you know?
Yeah.
Like anything else. And he chose that. Why? Well, because clearly he has no control over his hairline, let alone anything else in his fucking life, right? His hairline was back here. He could fucking watch movies in IMAX when he's dreaming and shit, you know? And so, like, he wants
to fix. That's why.
Exactly. He wants that power to be like, no, you can't fly. You know, like,
You will not get on the plane. The plane is going to leave without you, and your family will be murdered in its
where's
sleep.
your papers?
Aaron,
Yes.
you got some easy content this weekend, or you got some easy content on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why do you have easy content?
Are you taping tonight, or did you already tape, or what?
No, actually, I didn't. I was kind of. It's been a rough few days here.
Uh-oh.
A lot going on at work. Super busy week.
Gotcha.
We had a
I
wedding.
understand that one.
Too much bitching in the kitchen.
No, not really. Just a lot of overlap and stuff. We had like meetings every day last week that all had to have food prepared for them, and it was a big clusterfuck with miscommunications where it's like, oh well, we want to highlight this product. Well, you motherfucker should have told me that 2 weeks ago when you booked the meeting, because I have to order product in, you dumb sons of bitches. And then one of the meetings was a whole presentation for like 35 people from within the company that was supposed to be highlighting a bunch of our new product line, and apparently they didn't tell the guy who's responsible for the new product line that he was supposed to be making lunch. So I found out like 45 minutes before they were expecting to eat, like, oh, well, what are you making for lunch? And I'm like,
no chips.
I'm like, oh, don't worry, I got this, bitch. But I'm like, I'm getting a little tired of being on the back foot all the time.
Yeah, no shit.
And then,
sounds like I could work there, right, Jason?
Yes, Ken, you would fit in perfectly fine.
Yeah, actually, Ken, they'd probably love you. It would be
oh God, you'd kill me. You'd bake me into a pie and send me to fucking Bruce. And
I drink at work. I'm perfectly capable of dealing with things.
So Aaron, there was a huge miscommunication with products for this car show on Saturday.
My complete fault. I take full responsibility.
So Ken on Mondays sent me a text. He's like, "So how are the shirts going?"
Oh,
like, what shirts? And then I get a shit. he's like, "I'll call you at 12:30." So he calls me, and I'm like,
work,
we had talked like last week, and you mentioned how many magnets you guys wanted and how many mugs you wanted, and you said you're going to get back to me on the shirts, but it never really happened. So I wound up ordering the shirts, and I got 45 of them done Friday for Saturday.
That's busy.
So he showed up and looked fucking good. And I looked good too because of Jason. So I owe him a bottle of really good Irish whiskey.
Yeah, because apparently you're taking over that car show here soon, right?
Well, that's what he thinks. We're gonna have
that's
that.
exactly what he thinks.
I know it.
I don't want to take it over. I do not want to take that over.
No.
He wants me to take it over.
Josh wants Ken to
Josh
take it
wants
over.
you to take it over.
Now,
like
I don't
next year.
I will take it over, but there's going to be some things that I mean, I would do it again, because as far as business for me, is for my business, my artwork business, trying to get into the high end car stuff. I will do what I've got to do, but
I will do whatever I got to do. Also get into that high end car stuff.
Cut their nuts off.
I just want to get into a high end car.
So. Well, that too. I really wanted to go sit in that Lambo, but I guess because you told me to go inside and meet the liquor guy. And
well, I know, but you met the liquor guy and you sat in there for a half an hour drinking his liquor. Okay, I said to give him a card in there so you guys could work together and get your ass back out here, and you could have driven that car.
Drink at events.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. But Aaron, you got to try this stuff if you can find it. It's jalapeno infused vodka.
Scarlet.
If you can't find it, we'll get some for you, and you can meet us
Scarlet
halfway.
Red. It's so Ken, I went back there, and your daughter was there, and I said, "So your dad said I need to come back here and talk to some guy," and she's like, "Yeah, sit down and try one of these." So he makes me a drink.
Yeah. And
then he starts talking about the jalapeno stuff, and your daughter keeps passing me shots. She's like, "Here, try this one, try this one."
Yeah. She is on top of the world at that. That's her place right there.
And I'm like, okay. I said, I'm like, I got to go find my phone. I don't know where it's at or where I left it. So I leave, and
go home.
And Ken's talking to your coworker and your coworker's wife, and then I went back in because I wanted to go give them one of my cards, and then I come back out and they're gone. I'm like, fuck.
And then you almost backed into his car.
Oh,
So
No.
remember when I was giving you shit about parallel parking? Then you're
Yeah.
like, I didn't want to hit the car behind me. That was his car. So
I
he
know it was
split.
his car, but no, I've got the rear camera on the edge, so I can see where I'm going.
Yeah,
Well, obviously not. You're like 4 feet from the curb.
I know.
That,
I suck
and
at
that
parallel
edge is
parking.
and that edge is this big. Did
It's
you
not
see
that
what
hard to parallel
Did
park.
you
It's
see
a
where I put the
two-move
Suburban?
job.
I suck at parallel parking.
2 moves, Jason. That's all you take. It's 2 moves.
Yeah.
Pull up exactly right next to it.
As
bumper to
tight as you
bumper,
can. Pull back.
and then
I can't do
In
go
that.
back, and then you
I suck at
turn.
parallel parking.
And then
We're gonna
if you get
do
clear of the
some
bumper,
videos.
then you swing it, and you straighten it out, and you're good.
I
Or you just
failed
get
that
a
on my
car that
driving
you don't
test.
give a shit about, and you just hit the car in front of you, and then you hit the car behind you, then you leave a note on both
You'd
of
have
them that says
bounced
you
that-
should have parked somewhere else.
So Aaron, the car that he almost hit, he's like worried about, is a 76 Cadillac Eldorado.
Oh yeah, no,
You could have hit that at 30 miles an hour and they wouldn't have even known.
Yeah,
You guys want to see my new intro for the show?
we want to see a new intro.
Yeah.
We saw that all queued up and ready to go.
See my new intro? All right. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
What you
The
got?
debut.
What you
I
got?
can't hear it.
It's all about the art, man. It's all about. Can you hear that?
yep.
I
Nope.
could until you talked
Good.
over
Yeah,
it,
it's
you fucking
you
mouth.
start
You talk
talking.
over it.
Yeah, it's here.
It's all
I
about
can't
the
hear it
art,
now.
Man. It's all about the art. Okay. I'm not talking to you. If you are getting turned off by me saying music business hardcore is not all about the money, you're a hobby artist. Fuck out of here. You don't belong. This content's not for you. This channel's not for you. Put that art out there. I'm not discounting the art at all. Because if the art sucks, you ain't gonna make shit. That's the fucking business. And that's why this is called Music Making Sense Podcast. Because if it ain't about dollars, then it don't make sense.
That's great, man.
There you
That is
go.
fucking yes.
That's the shit.
I like it.
Here.
Oh, did you hear the
Here.
lyrics though? You hear the lyrics on my song that I'm playing in the intro too? Listen.
No.
Then it don't make sense.
Oh yeah.
See, now what I want to see is I want to see all the outtakes where you're like, fuck.
No, those were clips I took out of my episode. I
Oh,
just put 'em on-
okay.
yeah. You just see the clips.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the
It wasn't.
quick
I
break.
didn't script it. I went for like an hour on an episode, and then I
That's
took
really
those
good.
out of there.
That's really
and-
good.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
sent that.
you-
I sent that to Jason. Jason, he goes, "That's fucking tough."
That is tough.
I was like, "Well, you said I need to make a statement." He's like, "That's a statement." Yeah.
You guys saw my outtakes when I did try recording a new intro for the show.
Maybe we should look at those real quick.
I've got a question for Aaron and for Chris. So, what do you guys do for sponsorships?
I'm
So,
still
like
waiting
Aaron,
to-
if I wanted to sponsor your show, what's the charge? I mean, you've given me plenty of free stuff, which I very much appreciate.
idea.
But like
A hand job.
well, let me tell you what you got. So I've bought spots through work before, and a lot of the upstart podcasts were doing like $25 per spot. And I thought that was a really reasonable price. So we tried out a whole bunch of different podcasts and see what stuck.
I've never given it any real thought because I still operate under the assumption that I have like 12 listeners, and out of those 12, like 5 of them are you guys. And
Yeah, but we're loyal.
And the other 7 are other podcasters that I somehow convinced to.
But
listen.
dude, those other podcasters talk about you, and then their listeners are listening back at you too. Your show's going to take off. It's
theory.
It's going to. I have. Look at the look on his face right there. That needs to be on a shirt. Weathered soul. Just no other words. Just weathered soul and that picture.
No, it should be this picture, and it should actually say "I'm sorry" on it on the shirt. That should be this face.
I'm really sorry.
It should
That's
be
my Deadpool
dude,
shirt.
you should
I
take
love
this
it.
face and do the Obama poster on a shirt with your face, and underneath it says "I'm sorry."
Aaron, did he have this look all through school?
Used to have hair.
I used to have hair. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that. Now
Yeah,
you got
me too.
IMAX dreams.
Hey, yeah.
IMAX
What,
dreaming.
Karma's real. Your hairline's gonna catch us.
My hair's
Not,
all leaving.
not according to my family tree is not.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame.
My family tree. This is the hairline that they have at 60.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
fuck, that's nice.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird. You look at my old man; he's got hair down to the middle of his back,
But only
and,
from the back of his head.
no,
down?
like
Oh.
all the way around. But if you look at like every man on my mom's side of the family, they all look like fucking George Costanza. I mean, it's brutal. It's just a bunch of guys with the Friar Tuck toilet ring, and I'm like, it just nut up and grab a razor. I mean, shit.
My dad died at 91 with a full head of hair, and his dad had a pretty good head of hair. And I'm like, what the
You
hell's
got
going
half a
on? I've got this bald spot, this Friar Tuck shit starting in the back. But as long as it's in the back, this has been the same since I was fucking 13. Because I used to shave my head, and I had this. It's this widow's peak or whatever the fuck they call it.
That's more than a widow's peak. That's a whole goddamn roof.
Well, look,
That's a whole roof right there, baby.
But see, it gets thinner as it goes back. But it gets back to here. There's nothing there, so I'm like, I can't. You know, when you guys give me shit about a man bun, I'm like, if only.
If you
the
shave
place
your
where
head,
a man bun was is bald as a baby's ass.
if you shaved your head, you look
right.
just like Jason's hairstyle right now. I swear to God, look at that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's about the same.
Actually,
you guys got the whole
if you
pattern.
grow the sides out, you could do the douche knot on the top.
I was gonna
tie it in the
alfalfa
back
it because
to
I've
cover
always had this island in the middle, so I could alfalfa it and just.
There was a guy at the car show that had that well spout thing in his hair.
Oh God, yeah.
It was fucking hilarious.
Well, then there's
Zero
Carlo,
pictures.
the gentleman that looks like Santa Claus that was walking around videoing everybody. He does a really good job. He goes to every fucking car show ever.
Yes, he was at Back to the 50s.
Yeah, and he puts up videos. I don't know how he has time to edit all this stuff. He puts 20 or 30 videos out a week, and I'm talking like hour videos. Pretty incredible.
So-
anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Aaron,
show us what you're going to show us.
Yep. So Aaron, your monetization is Buy Me a Coffee and also Patreon.
Yep.
And so I know that your Patreon is monthly, but how's Buy My Coffee treating you?
Actually, I got 4 people signed up through Buy Me a Coffee right now.
Yeah,
Jason's one of them.
Yeah,
Jason was the first one.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
there was
trying to pick
Aaron
out some-
check was first.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, Aaron. She's a nice lady. She's goofy, but she's nice.
Yeah, so I'm trying to pick out some tipping type of programs to put on the end of the podcast and also the website. So
I guess the Buy Me the Coffee thing is supposed to be pretty good. It worked out good. That worked good with Vincent Ferrari. He did pretty good on that one.
I mean, I know a lot of people that use it a lot, and I mean, it's like, I mean, their cut's not obscene. I think it's like, I don't know, 40 some cents out of like a $5 subscription. They
not
keep.
bad.
So
That's decent. I just use PayPal Donate and Cash App.
How's that going?
I mean, I only got so I've done 4 episodes. In one episode, I actually got some donations, but other than that, I haven't gotten any other ones. But I'm also not doing like CTAs in the middle of it and shit.
Yeah.
I just got to work into that.
My biggest problem is just paying for the monetization. Like, I went into who do we use? We use Podbean, and it's just for what you for $9 a month. If you're not going to make $9 a month, then it's not even worth paying for that.
Well, yeah.
What do you mean you're paying for the monetization?
No, what I'm saying is that on the Podbean
it changed your tiers on the subscription.
Yeah, your tiers on subscription. So we got this. So I'm on the 0 one right now, right? So let me bring it up.
If you want to monetize, you have to pay for. You have to.
Yeah, if
do
you want to
paid
monetize,
hosting.
you have to pay.
Right. And that's where and you do it the same way.
Right, but you can't even monetize till you get 1,000 listeners.
Is that right? Is that what it is?
But
Yeah,
Patreon,
so
if you look at Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee or all this stuff, they just take a little cut of each donation is the way that works, so that you don't have to pay up front. So those are the way to do. Yeah, you're not going to monetize through Podbean. That's
Well, you
worthless.
can once you actually get a
once you get
sizable
enough
audience,
audience,
because what that is allowing you to get into the ad marketplace.
Yeah.
But you have to have 1,000. So you have to have 1,000 listeners, X amount of listens or whatever, and then you can start getting into the ad marketplace, and then you can get different people who will want to bid. They'll put bids in and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's
you
actually
can start bringing that in
out there that do that
The
too.
thing is that how do you get there? How do you get to that 1,000? How do you get to that first 500? How do you get,
It's
it's like
Market.
It's a
I'm
grind.
trying to get
You-
just
you
It's
market-
a grind.
I'm just trying to
It's
get
a grind.
500 followers on freaking X, and just to get, be able to even scratch to the surface of their monetization. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
tough,
one of
man.
those things I don't get either, because I mean I don't post enough. I primarily just like reply to shit and
Right.
talk a lot of shit to like government
Yeah,
accounts and
shit
stuff.
post. Yeah, we should
Yeah.
post.
But I don't get it. I can't monetize on there because I haven't gotten a post that had enough impressions at this point.
All right.
So because I don't do posts for the most part, I just reply and, like I said, just talk shit.
It's all consistency, and it's Bruce, and it's consistency, and it's the amount. I mean, like my personal stuff, I'm just not as consistent as I am at my professional stuff at work. And we've built almost 80,000 followers on our Facebook page now without buying a single follower or a like ever.
Mhm.
And so that has actually been organic, but it took 10 years.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I mean, it is a grind, and you have to just be at it all of the time.
Yeah,
and it's
I'm
what-
about to start
and it's
doing
what me
some
and John
ads.
were saying in the podcast that I did before we started this one, the one before, because I did an interview with John before, and he said you're
Right.
just one spectacular event away from being in the big time. I mean,
Yep.
you're either going to fuck up or you're going to do something spectacular, and
And
then
it's
you get recognized, and then the ring comes,
and remember,
then the ring comes for you to kiss.
But no, it's not though. It's fleeting. You have the big time thing, and if you don't jump on that second,
Right.
and make hay out of that, it'll
Yeah.
just go away.
You got to keep going. You got to keep.
You have to grab onto that, and then you have to really hit it. And it's work. It's just hours.
Aaron, Jesus Christ. But yeah,
It's
what
past my bedtime. All right.
what I think about that whole it just takes one thing. It's like, okay, but are you gonna have the what the fuck is that shit called? The repertoire in order to sustain that?
Yeah, you've got to be able to make
Exactly.
that time.
All right.
You got to
Just
be able to make that commitment.
so just throw out something for you guys to look at. Check out Podcorn. It's
Podcorn.
Podcorn. It's they do
Pod porn or pod corn?
well, I
Pod-
mean, 6 of 1. Podcorn. It's a company. It's podcorn.com. It's they match like podcasts with sponsorship opportunities. Like they have lists of like, okay, we're looking for somebody in this segment that
Yep.
we want a 30-second bit where you say this, that, and the other, and you make an offer like, okay, I'll sell you that for this amount of time, for this amount of money. Yeah, that would be it.
That, and the other thing is go on other podcasts, go on other things, and go on other people's stuff and jump in there and talk to them and things like that. We launched our whole company in one of the segments in the motorcycle world just by going into Facebook groups that were just for that particular brand of motorcycle when it first came out. Some of those groups only had 300-400 people in there, but those are 300 or 400 people that are our exact customer that no one made anything for, and I was in there talking to them. And because we did that for a year, and we own that freaking market. No one can even touch us.
Yeah.
So that's part of what we got to do. And you've been doing some of that, Bruce, with the Odermatt and those guys. But what you need to do then, Bruce, is you need to go into Odermatt stuff and be all over that.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I've been doing. So since I don't know if you guys got my last blog for Lundy when I was at Lundy, I broadcast that everywhere, dude. I took the same thing that you did with your cars, and I went to every place that I knew on Facebook, every group that I knew. I posted it there. I went to Reddit.
No, I'm not talking. No. Hold on, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm not talking about posting your shit there. I'm talking about going on other people's stuff as
no.
guest.
I understand.
And being the
that.
person that's talking to them.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Building value for them in their world without selling.
Right. Exactly. But at the same token, what I'll do is I'll take that and I'll cross post that to everything. It's just like it was.
See, that doesn't work. That doesn't work though, Bruce. You can't cross post. You have to do it everything organically in its own thing. If you cross post, that's spamming. If you take something and share it to another group, you're spamming. You got to go. You can say exactly the same thing, but you got to say it differently, and it can't be a cross post. You have to go into that group. It's just like if you have a YouTube video and you share the link to YouTube video on a Facebook post, Facebook will make sure nobody sees it. If you take that same video and put it on Facebook, and with no link to your YouTube page, Facebook will show it to people.
Gotcha.
So cross posting does nothing for you. It does nothing. What you need to do is be in there. You
It
find
used to work, but
I got eyeballs.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
used
I
to
got
work. It
eyeballs.
used to work, but they figure it out. You have
I
a few
got
people
eyeballs.
look at it.
No, but I got
bitches.
eyeballs on the webpage. So I mean, I got 93 hits on it in the last 3 days for the blog that I did. So,
Right, but had you posted that blog organically as its own blog, it takes a little bit of time. It doesn't take that much time. Just don't
oh no,
cross
I
post
did.
and put the blog on there.
Organic original content.
Yeah,
That's what
but
they're
it was
looking
kind of
for.
nice. I mean, when I was writing the blog in Wix, and then Wix has its own little AI thing. So I'd write a paragraph, I'd insert a picture in it that I had, and then I would tell AI, "Well, style it this way and let's see what it looks like." And I'd show it, what I said to what they said, and I'd go like, I don't like that one, try to do it this way, and probably about half the time I'd use my original text, but then it's a pretty cool tool, man. But that blogging tool is pretty cool.
But
and then to be able,
the other thing you want to think about is going into these places and putting in little videos, little Facebook lives, or little videos that you're putting just to their group. Hey, this is this is Bruce. I'm from Weathered Soul, and I'm glad to be here at so and so groups of something and something. And I just want to say I just figured this thing out, and I just wanted to share it with the group in case it might help somebody.
Yeah,
and put it up there. Do those
the recipe for a cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is how you cook. This is how you cook a cat in Ohio. The Ohio cat recipe.
I got Ohio cat recipes right now, and I got a rub that you can get from. From Aaron
when you need to rub your pussy.
Does the rub have ground Buckeye in it? Because Ohio is the Buckeyes. You got to have the Buckeye.
And it does border Pennsylvania, so you could have the you could have Quaker Buckeyed. Yes,
Quaker Buckeye.
But basically, that's what I've been up to, man. It was really, really cool being up and out of the reaches of technology, man. In that canyon, dude, it was fucking great. Being up there drinking bourbon and playing poker and just fishing, and man, it was freaking cool, man.
It's fucking stupid ass fucking Podcorn. I'm over here on Podcorn trying to set up an account so I can see what's going on, and then I get to the RSS verification and it says, "Oh, we checked your RSS feed. There's no email address in your RSS feed." So I go over to Podbean and I look, and it's got it right in there. And so I'm just like, check it again. Like, we just checked it. It's not there. I'm like, bullshit. It's not there. It's right fucking there.
Well, it's featured in Forbes and Fortune, Cheddar, and USA Today and TechCrunch. So yeah.
I don't know. I signed up for it.
Yeah, so was Sam
3.5
Bateman
years
Fried's
ago.
bullshit too, but it doesn't mean it was fucking legit.
Is that what you saying, Aaron?
I said, well, I was saying I'd sign. I when I was initially setting up the run for this show, I went out and I did a lot of, because I had nothing else to do with my day. I mean, shit, I was sitting at home getting drunk by 10:30 in the morning. So it was,
you say that like it's a bad thing.
Well, it was nice for the first 3 months, but
So who's actually doing the advertisements on the podcast?
Well, they have different ones. Like some of them are, okay, here's a clip we'd like to put you to insert in your show. Some of them are host read. Some of them are, here's a script, we want you to say this. There's all kinds of different potential stuff.
Yeah, I was on another podcast distribution site about a year or two ago, and they started putting in some crazy freaking ads that didn't have anything to do with
you
my
have
podcast.
to control. You have to control the ads.
I didn't dig it at all. I did not dig it at all, and I ended up taking it off.
That's why I stopped letting Spotify stick ads in my show. I was like, nope, you're putting shit in there I don't agree with. I'm not.
Exactly.
And it wasn't worth the money, because for the amount of plays I get, I'm getting 30 some cents an episode for these ads that were pissing me off. I was like, you know what, my peace of mind's worth more than a fucking 2 quarters. So
exactly.
Ads.
Right. Exactly. You got to draw the line somewhere. Anyway,
so I said, we'll just go back to, I'm going to talk about people that I think deserve my audience's attention, and fuck these other guys.
Yeah, there we go.
Jason used to go through Westwood One to get his sponsorships and shit like that.
Well, Westwood One, when Jason hired
Westwood One, is a big time radio.
So I can tell you about Westwood One, because I heard this whole story. So when he went and did that TV show, the Tesla Files.
Yep.
Yeah, that was right at the same time. It was a shitty time for him. He was getting divorced. He was getting sued from his old company, and the History Channel wanted to do him a show. And then Westwood One said, "Hey, we're trying to get into podcasts," and he was the top guy in podcasts for his genre. And so they said, "Come on out here, and we'll set you up." And yeah, it was good. But Westwood One they've been around for 50 years,
Yeah,
and they're a huge conglomerate. And so they set him up with a good studio and all that kind of stuff. And that's when he had Matt. He hired Matt to come on.
Yep.
And it was just it was not good for him. It was, I mean, you could have, but he had already reached a certain level, and he had done that by himself, and they weren't helping him much past that. So that's why he got out of there. But that was a big deal. So, but what I'm telling you, Bruce, is that for you, or any of us, actually, to get on other podcasts and talk about the show and do it in a way where we're not selling the show, but we're just, having compelling discussion with somebody else, and then mention the show, and talk about that, and make sure that whoever we're on with has the links, has the correct information, emails, and all that kind of stuff. That'll start to do it. And I think that's something that you could do very well.
Yeah, well,
while you're doing it, you're doing it going with John. I'm on with John. I think Jason, you're going on with John too.
Next month.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm beginning in October.
Mine lower tomorrow. But hey, I'm gonna let you guys all go because Aaron's all sleepy over there. He
does look a little tired.
He's getting in that Chicago time.
He's gone purple.
That's just the lighting.
I'm on the California time, and it's only
it's 2 p.m. for Bruce.
Yeah, I got to get up in like 5 hours. So.
Yeah, I got to get up too.
So do I.
I'm probably gonna
6 hours.
My gym buddy
can't wait to see you in 2 more weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Check out the music show. That's going to be pretty cool, man. And even if I can get Kevin, if I can get the sound right, man, we might even do some music on the show. We'll see what happens there. But
there you go.
Last time me and Ken tried to do music on the show, didn't work out very well.
Well, we're in the same room. So if you're in the same room, it's fine. Those mics will work just as good as amp mics as they do for. So you can take your mics and aim them towards your speakers, and then it'll pick it up beautifully.
Yeah. Jason, quit looking like the guy that shot the guy in.
He's the Russian mob in Full Metal
Jacket. You look like the guy in Full Metal Jacket right now. I am shit.
Look at that. He's a Russian mob enforcer. That's how I explained to Jason to people. What does he look like?
Be safe on your motorcycle, man. Tomorrow.
No, safe. I don't ride a motorcycle to be fucking safe. I ride it to be crazy.
There you go. Be crazy.
Yeah.
Get yourself a good mic, and
you got to die of something. I you know what? Honestly, I'd be on there with you tomorrow, but I didn't bring my helmet home. I do have a helmet with a full it has full comms in it and everything, so we can talk. And apparently my wife said you couldn't even tell it was on the
bus.
You what?
I said I got a helmet too. It's a white one. I wear it on the bus.
Awesome. Tell me there's old blood stains on it somewhere. That's the best kind.
It's just paint transfer from walking into things.
I just knock myself and lick the window a little bit, knock the thing against the wall a little bit, and then just scream this. Everyone give it a little whoop. No one will fuck with you.
Aaron, really looking forward to your show on Tuesday, man. Drop a good one, baby, because they're all good, man.
Drop a good show, not a deuce.
I mean, can I do both?
You could. You could do
live stream action
at the same time.
Put it behind the paywall.
You should really record a show while squatting a Mitch. That would be funny as hell. Just pounding out a growler.
I would like to give my opinion on all of the current political situations. Oh.
We have now devolved to where
I've had to hit mute multiple times whenever I was on the shit in the morning. Whenever I was taking a shit, hey, you gotta take care of business.
Every Sunday night, 7:00, YouTube and Rumble. Catch us on Monday mornings with the Weather Report on your favorite podcast app.
8:00 Central Time.
And catch us Monday through Friday on X Spaces. Go out there and check us out. Get the real guys. Get the mansplaining. Get the man spreading. You guys have a great night. Be good to yourselves. We'll see you guys later.
Oh yeah.
See ya.